A lot of us go through some bad times in life where we don't see the end of the tunnel and we begin to doubt ourselves. We begin to doubt God. And that's the worst thing you could possibly do during this time. You need to walk with God because He is the only one that can save you. He is the only one that will get you through whatever you are going through. You can't pull yourself out of this. You need God on this journey, and you know it. Because all you're doing is just making the situation worse for yourself, and you know that. And you keep getting in your ego and saying, I'll get myself out, I'll get myself out. You won't. You need to walk with God right now, and you know that. Because when you walk with God through the bad times, you grow so much closer to Him. Walking with God through the tough times is always going to bring you closer. Praying, meditating, reading the Word, just talking to Him. It's always going to bring you closer. And yes, those struggles get crazy. Those struggles really do get crazy. But God has to put us through those struggles. He has to put us in the fire. Like gold. Did you know that gold ingots, you have to put it in the hottest part of the fire in order to refine it of its impurities? That's what God does with us. He holds us in that fire. And yes, He knows. He knows it's the hottest part. But He knows it's burning away all the impurities that we have going. He's trying to perfect us. It will never be completely perfect. But He's molding us in His image. He's molding us in His image. He's putting us in that flame because He knows that the only way for us to lose these imperfections is by putting us through that struggle. We have to struggle in order to be better. It's like going to the gym. You're never going to be able to lift 225 pounds bench press if you don't start at 135. You got to start somewhere. But the more you bench press over the weeks, over the months, you build your body up to that 225, and now you're bench pressing 225. And what's next? 315. Now you have to prepare your body in order to get to that next benchmark. That's how struggle is. That's how struggle is. In order for you to hold a lot of money, you have to learn how to manage a little bit of money. A lot of y'all want $1 million, but y'all wouldn't even know what to do with that because all y'all gonna do is blow it on dumb shit. And I'm sorry that I'm cursing, but that's really what it is. Y'all gonna blow it on dumb shit. And you know it. Talking about investing. You don't even know what that is. You don't even know how to invest. And you know that. God puts you through that struggle because He knows that He needs to build you up. Isaiah 43:2 says, when you pass through the water, I will be with you. What does that mean? When you pass through that water, He's going to walk with you. He's going to walk with you through that struggle. Because it's going to get tough. And He knows it. And that's why He's telling you, I'm going to walk with you. But that's only if you want me to. I'm going to walk with you through that water. I won't let you sink. But if you let go of my hand, it's on you. And that's what it is. That's what it is. He's there. But if you ain't asking for His help, you're going to sink deeper and deeper and deeper into that struggle that you're going through. But as long as you hold your hand, even when the times get rough and it doesn't make any sense, you keep going. You got to stop looking at it as God is punishing you. No, He's trying to teach you something. He's trying to teach you a lesson. He's trying to make you stronger. He's trying to prepare you for whatever is to come next. He's trying to prepare you for whatever it is to come next. Because if God allowed it, he plans to use it. If God allowed you to go through that struggle, then there's something in that struggle that he plans to use on you. There's some lesson that he's teaching you that's coming, that you're really going to have to apply it, but you have to go through the struggle to learn the lesson first. It's like a test. It's like when you're in the classroom and you got to study. You got to do all that homework because you're learning it. And then when that test comes around, now you can apply the lesson that you learned to the test and you can pass the test. You see what I'm talking about? He's teaching you a lesson. And you got to go through it. I hope that bug don't get in my car. I just seen something fly by and it was pretty big. I just hope it does not want to go into my car. I don't do bugs, but yeah. If God allowed it, he plans to use it. Somewhere along the line, that lesson that he's teaching you now, he's going to use it as a test. And as long as you know, as long as you actually took that lesson and learned it, as long as you took that lesson and learned it, you're going to pass that test. But it's just like a classroom. If you decide not to study, if you decide not to listen, then when that test come around, you're going to fail. And what are you going to do? You're going to blame the school. Oh, they didn't teach us this. They did. You just didn't listen. It's really what it is. Everybody goes through a struggle. Every single person that ever walked this earth had to go through some type of struggle. And at the end of the day, someone always has a worse struggle than you. Always. So you know what you need to do? You need to be grateful that it's not any worse than it could be. Because it could be worse. And you know that. You know that it could be worse. But thank God it's not. Thank God it's not. Because he could make it worse if he really wanted to. He could really put you through it. He could really put you through it. And even if he did, you have to have faith. You have to have faith. Because you know what faith is? Faith is trusting without seeing. Nobody that walks the earth today ever saw Jesus Christ be alive. Nobody. Nobody ever saw Jesus Christ that walks the earth today. Nobody ever saw any of the other prophets. Nobody ever saw Abraham. Nobody ever saw Moses. We didn't see John. We didn't see Matthew. We didn't see anyone. Any of the disciples. We didn't see them. All we have is the Bible. That's all we have of proof, of evidence of Jesus. Of physical evidence of Jesus. But spiritually, he's in everybody. We have the Holy Spirit. And that should be all the proof you really need. That voice in your head that's telling you to do something that you know is right is the Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit. And that voice in your head that's telling you to do wrong, things that you know is wrong, but it pleasures you, is the devil. It's the devil. And the devil knows God's real, but he tries to convince you he's not. Because he wants you to walk without him. He wants you to think that you can get through this struggle alone. That's why he gives you that ego, those egotistical thoughts that you can get through anything alone. But you can't. And you know you can't. You know you can't. And that's what faith is. Faith means trusting without seeing. Walking with God means moving when you don't see the path. If you walking at night, and you can't see a thing, all you could do is keep walking forward. You could turn the light on your phone and try to see. What if you don't have that light? You got to trust that the path just don't end. That's how it is walking with God. You can't see what's ahead. Nobody can see into the future. We can think about it. We can overthink about it. That's what we do. We overthink about the future. And 99% of the time, the things we think about, or actually 100% of the time, the scenarios we come up with in our head don't happen. They don't happen. Because God has a plan for us. God always has a plan with us. Think about Job. Job lost everything. The devil took everything from Job. And even though Job was angry and upset, he still kept God with him. He still walked with God. Job did not lose that faith in the Lord. He didn't understand why he was going through what he was going through. But he stayed faithful. And you know what God did? He blessed him even more than he was before. Job was already blessed. And then he lost it all and got blessed again. And Job really went through it. More than you ever will. And if I pray that you never have to go through what Job went through, because it's, from what I was reading it earlier today, it sounded horrible. And I would never want to go through a situation like that. But if that's God's plan for me, I got to just keep that faith in him. I got to keep that faith in him. Because like I said, it could be worse. It could be worse. So keep that faith no matter what through this struggle. Use your prayer. Talk to him. And yes, prayer is not immediately going to fix the situation. That's what a lot of people think prayer is. Oh, if I pray to God, then this should happen right now. No. It's not going to happen right now. It's going to happen when God's ready for you to have it. Nah. You thought God was just going to bless you? You thought God was just going to bless you? Just because you talked to him once? No, you got to keep talking to him. You got to keep talking to him. You got to keep being with him. You got to show him that you are serious about this. Because at the end of the day, prayer is going to change you. And if you don't have the words to speak, just be like, God, I don't know what to say, but I just want to be in your presence. And be still in his presence. And it works just the same. It works just the same. Be still in his presence. Every valley leads to a higher purpose. There's no valley that is permanent. All things work together for the good of those who love God. Romans 8:28. Even the detours are divine direction. Everything works itself out. Every valley has to come back up. Because it's not, the journey ain't just one mountain. It's multiple mountains. And in between those mountains are deep valleys that you got to walk through. It's a passage. It is a passage to the blessings that God has for you. You have to walk through the valleys in order to get to the peaks. There's no negotiating that. You have to walk through that valley in order to get to the next peak. Are you going to be a little higher? Yes. Everybody starts at the bottom. When you go up that mountain, you reach that first peak. Life is good. You don't know what's going on. You're like, I'm blessed. I'm this and that. Then you take that dip. You're not exactly at rock bottom again, but now you're in a valley. Now you walk through the valley. Things are confusing. It's dark. You don't know what's going on. But eventually, as long as you walk with God, you get up to that next higher mountain, that next peak, and the cycle repeats itself. I believe this wholeheartedly. We will never reach that final peak because there isn't one. There isn't a final peak. We are always going to grow. Every single day we have to grow. We grow closer and closer to God. We grow closer and closer in life. So eventually we pass. Eventually we pass. And then the highest peak for real is heaven. When you make it to the kingdom of heaven. Because nothing in life is going to fulfill you unless you walk with God. Nothing. There's nothing in life that is more important than God. Because without God, none of it would be possible anyways. None of it will be possible anyways. All that money, all the women, all of that. Without God, it don't matter. Like, it don't matter because money is just a tool. You gotta stop putting money over God. Money is just a tool. Women are just women. A lot of the time, they're not even for you. Everybody has their person, and that's who God picks for you. Because He knows. If you can't keep that faith in God, why do you keep talking about Him like you have real faith in Him? So yeah, those valleys, those peaks, you gotta walk through them. The same way you walk in those peaks with God, you gotta walk through the valleys with Him. You have to walk through the valleys with Him. And you can't rush that process. Because God's timing is always the right timing. God's timing is always the right timing. Hear me, bro. Hear me. Those waiting seasons are preparing you for what's coming. Those seasons of you waiting, when it does come, you got prepared for it within those seasons. Whatever you're waiting for, when it comes, you're ready for it now. You're ready for it. And you gotta remember, your struggles are part of your testimony, bro. Because when someone sees you struggling, and they see you make it out of that, and then they ask you, how'd you do that? You say, I walked with God. I walked with God. Because walking through God, through your pain, or walking with God through your pain, is just proof of faith. It's proof that faith works. Because the same God that walked you into that storm is going to walk you out stronger than you ever imagined. So keep God by your side during these struggles. And He's going to reward you greatly at the end. This has been your boy King Art. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Comment down below. I'm walking with God. You're ready to walk with God through your seasons of struggles, through your seasons of success, through it all. Share this with others that need to hear this. Subscribe to join the journey. We on the road to 100 subs. And it's been your boy. We'll catch ya. Stay blessed.